Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the session number 20 from the playlist of alternating current. The topic is the relation between the average and the peak value of alternating current. And today we will be deriving the relationship between the average value of the alternating current and the peak value of the alternating current. So, before proceeding with this topic, I would like to just go through the definition of the average value of alternating current. So the average value of alternating current is the amount of charge that flows through a circuit in the first half cycle divided by T upon 2, where T is the time period of alternating current. Now the time period of alternating current is the time taken by the current in order to complete one cycle. So for the half cycle, the time duration will be equal to T upon 2. So the average value of alternating current will be equal to the amount of charge that flows through a circuit in the first half cycle divided by T upon 2. Now the instantaneous current in an AC circuit, that is instantaneous alternating current in an AC circuit, is given by I is equal to I naught sine omega t, where omega is the angular velocity, which is equal to 2 pi upon t. I naught is the peak value of the alternating current, and I is the instantaneous value of the alternating current. Now, in order to derive this, the relation between the average and the peak value of alternating current, we will be assuming here that the current is constant over a very small interval of time, say dt. So if the current is constant over a very small interval of time, say dt, then the amount of charge that will flow through that circuit in time dt will be given by dq is equal to I into dt. And here I will be replaced by I naught into sine omega t into dt. So dq is equal to I naught sine omega t into dt. So if I integrate this equation within the limits of 0 and t by 2, then I will be able to get the total amount of charge that will flow through that circuit in the first half cycle, because in the first half cycle the that is the time duration for the first half cycle is equal to t by 2. So I will be integrating this equation within the limits of 0 and t by 2 in order to get the total amount of charge that will flow in the circuit in the first half cycle. So from this equation I can write that q is equal to this I naught is a constant, so that will be taken out, and the integration of sine omega t is minus integration of sine omega t will be equal to minus cos omega t divided by omega, and the limits within the limit of 0 and t by 2. So q will be equal to I naught, omega can be taken out, so this is equal to 2 pi upon t. So t will be coming in the numerator, and minus cos omega t within the limits of 0 and t by 2. Now now here cos omega t, now omega t is equal to 2 pi upon capital T into t. Now here t small t is equal to t by 2, that is capital T by 2. So omega t will be equal to pi. So this equation can further be written as I naught into t divided by 2 pi in bracket minus cos pi and minus plus cos 0. So this is equal, the value of cos phi is -1. So minus will be equal to 1, and cos 0 is equal to 1. So the value of this will be equal to 2. So 2 into I naught into t divided by 2 pi. So this will be equal to I naught t upon pi. So this is the total amount of charge that will flow through a circuit in the first half cycle. So if I divide it by t by 2, I will get the average value of the alternating current. So the average value of the alternating current, say IAV, this will be equal to I naught t divided by pi divided by t by 2. So it implies that I average will be equal to I naught t divided by pi into 2 upon t. So this t and t will get cancelled out, and so finally we are getting the answer is 2 upon pi into I naught. So the relation between the average value of alternating current, that is IAV, this is equal to 2 upon pi into I naught. So this is the relation between the average value of the alternating current and the peak value of the alternating current. That is, the average value of alternating current is equal to 2 upon pi times the peak value of the alternating current in an AC circuit. So thank you very much for joining this session. Now in the next session, that is in the session number 21, I will be discussing the derivation between the, or in fact I will be deriving the relationship between the peak value of the alternating current and the effective value of the AC current, or which is also known as the RMS value of the AC current. So till then, have a nice day. Bye.